Tariff threats and counter-threats turned into a verbal duel match between Canada and the US as North America remains on the edge in face of a threatening trade war. US President Donald Trump backed down from his threats to impose a 50% tariff on Canadian steel, aluminium, and electricity after Premier of Ontario, Doug Ford, announced that it would temporarily suspend its plan to charge a 25% tariff on electricity. After a day of intense market fluctuations, US Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, Canada's Finance Minister Dominic Lee-Blanc, and Ontario Premier Doug Ford confirmed that they would meet on Thursday to discuss renegotiating the USMCA Trade Agreement.
There's a point that both parties are heated and the temperature needs to come down. And I thought this was the right decision. They understand how serious we are about the electricity and the tariffs. And rather than going back and forth and having threats to each other, we have both agreed, let cooler heads prevail. We need to sit down and move this forward. But if he continues with the aluminum and the steel, I just got off the phone with Minister LeBlanc, they will respond dollar for dollar, tariff for tariff.
Trump had ordered his administration to double down the tariffs of 25% on all Canadian steel and aluminium imports after Ontario Premier Ford said that he would impose a surcharge on electricity imports to the United States.
The right thing to do is what we're doing. We're going to get our jobs back, and we're not going to be left at. Now, I will say this, that already Canada, and I respect very much, as you know, there's a very strong man in Canada who said he was going to charge a surcharge or a tariff on electricity coming into our country. He has called and he said he's not going to do that. Okay, he's not going to do that.
Trump had also hinted at declaring a national electricity emergency in states affected by Ontario's surcharge. Meanwhile, he continued to threaten substantial tariffs on cars from Canada set to begin on April 2nd. Mark Carney, who will be sworn in as Justin Trudeau's replacement in the coming days, continues to take a tough stand against Trump's policies.
There's someone who's trying to do the opposite. There's someone who's trying to weaken our economy. Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, as we know, has put, as the Prime Minister just said, unjustified tariffs on what we build, on what we sell, on how we make a living. He's attacking Canadian families, workers, and businesses, and we cannot let him succeed. And we won't. We won't.
Another US ally and a key partner in the Quad, Australia, also voiced its disappointment over tariff on steel and aluminium, with Prime Minister Albanese mincing no words about his apparent annoyance.
We've been working very hard on this. Today's news is disappointing, but we don't see this issue as being over by any means. We will continue to press the case for an exemption from Australian exports from these new tariffs.
The dramatic trade war between US and its allies has kept the global markets on the edge, with uncertainties looming over North American industries. Anamika Pandey's report, TD India.